Just I to all dear students. In the previous lecture, we had already learned about the autotrophic nutrition and also we discussed about the two activities related to the autotrophic nutrition. Okay, and today we are going to learn about the heterotrophic nutrition, and we already know about what is heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, what is the definition of heterotrophic nutrition? Yes, that is the organism which depends on other organisms for their nutritional requirements. Okay, that is called as a food. So that organisms are known as the heterotrophs, and the mode of nutrition that is called as a heterotrophic nutrition. Clear? So here the plants or as well as the animal, they depends on another for their nutritional requirement, or we call it as a food. Okay, so they all are known as the heterotrophs, and the mode of nutrition that is called as a heterotrophic nutrition. So here this is the definition of both, that are autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition for revision. Okay, so it is a mode of nutrition that exhibited by autotrophs, and the autotrophs are the organisms which can synthesize the organic material from the inorganic sources that are like CO2, that is the carbon dioxide, and the water. So that are the inorganic substance, and with the use of this the plant make their own food. Clear? And the examples are like plant and some bacteria. And what is the heterotrophic nutrition? That is, it is the mode of nutrition that exhibited by the heterotrophs, and the heterotrophs are the organisms that derived their food from the other organism. Okay, like plant and small animals, and the examples are like animals and the human beings, like we all. Okay, we depends on the another organism or for our nutritional requirement. Okay, so we all are the heterotrophs. Yes, so we already learned the definition of the heterotrophic nutrition, and the examples of the heterotrophic nutrition are also the bacteria, the protozoans like the amoeba, the fungi, and the animals. So let's discuss about it. Now here we all know about that the heterotrophic nutrition is shown in the non-chlorophyllous organism. Here non-chlorophyllous means what? Non-chlorophyllous means the chlorophyll that not present in the plant. Okay, so in that type of plant or in that type of animal, the heterotrophic nutrition is carried out. Okay, and also the complex nutrients, the complex nutrient that prepared by other organisms are used by heterotrophs. Okay, the complex nutrients, what? The complex nutrient, okay, that prepared by other organisms are used by the heterotrophs. That means the different animal, okay, the different animals use the different strategies for making their food. Okay, in this type of nutrition, the different animals use different strategies for making their food. Okay, and they don't use the same kind of strategies for taking the food. Okay, and this all depends on the environment also. Clear? So each organism is adapted to its environment. Here we discuss, okay, that each organism, they lives in different environment, and the form of nutrition is also the different, okay, on the type and the availability of the food material, because they all lives in different environment. Clear? Now here the example is like the food source is stationary, that means such as grass, that is the stationary. Okay, so the food source is stationary such as the grass used by cow. Okay, the grass that used by the cow. And the second is the food source is also the mobile. Okay, and such as the deer that used by the lion. Clear? So here the cow that eat the grass, and the second one is the deer. Okay, and they eaten by the lion. Clear? Now they would allow for the difference in how the food is accessed and what is the nutritive apparatus used by the cow and the lion. Okay, so here cow used grass, okay, and the lion they used the deer. Okay, so here we can see that the cow and lion, okay, they both are the animal, but the strategy of the making food or taking the food, that is the different. Okay, that is the different. The cow eat the grass and the lion they eat the deer. Clear? So here we can conclude that the different animals like cow and animal, the strategy for making the food is also different. Okay, so some organism they break down the food material outside the body. Okay, and then after it absorb it. Okay, some organism what they break down the food that outside of the body. That means suppose we have to take one example related to it, that is like fungi, and in that the bread mold, yeast and mushrooms. Here this is the bread mold, yeast and mushroom. Okay, so these three example, okay, these are the three example in that. So these organisms like the fungi, mushroom and the yeast, okay, they break down the complex food material outside the body. Okay, and then after they absorb that material inside its body. Clear? So this is the different eating habit in this type of organism. Like the example is the fungi. Okay, and in fungi there are three example in that, like mold, yeast and mushroom. Clear? And the other example is that like the others take in whole material. That means they take whole material inside their body and break it down inside their body. Okay, like the example is human body. So we take the whole material inside our body and then after it digests, okay, or break down inside our body. Okay, so this is the another way of taking food. So what can be taken in and broken down, that depends on the body design. Okay, it depends on the body design and as well as the functioning. Clear? And the some organism they derive the nutritional from the plants or animals without killing them. Okay, and this thing you already studied in the 7th class also. Okay, so this type of organism we call it as a parasitic organisms. Why we call it as a parasitic organism? Because they depends on the another organism for fulfill their nutritional requirements. Okay, and during this process they never harm the host plant. So that's why we call this type of organism as a parasitic organism. Okay, so this parasitic nutritive strategy is used by a wide variety of organisms, and these organisms are like Cuscuta. okay, and the another name is also the amarberry. Then after ticks, then lice, the leeches and the tapeworm. Okay, so these all are the parasitic organism and they depends on the another organism for fulfill their nutritional requirements. Okay, so these all are the different nutritional taking processes in the different kinds of animals. Okay, like we studied in the first slide also, okay, the heterotrophic nutrition. Why we call it as a heterotrophic? Because they need or they depends on the another organism for fulfill their nutritional requirements. Clear? And these all are the example related to the heterotrophic nutrition. Clear? And students, you must have to remember that this chapter number 6 is very important for the exam purpose, and from this chapter there are 6 mark question always asked in your exam. So you must have to prepare this chapter, okay, because this is very important, and also you must have to watch all the videos very carefully, and if you have any doubt, so you can ask me also. So now further, how do organisms obtain their nutrition? Okay, now we have to study about that, how do organisms obtain their nutrition. So here the food and the way, okay, the food and the way that is obtained the differ, and the digestive system is different in various organisms. We all know about that. Yes, the digestive system, the food taking habit is different in the various organism. Here they given the example of the amoeba. Okay, this is the figure of the amoeba, and in that we have to study about how amoeba take their food inside its body. So this is called as a nutritional process in the amoeba. Okay, so this question will also ask in your exam related to the 4 mark, and this figure is very important because it will ask to identify the names also. Okay, like the food particle, this is the nucleus, this is the pseudopodia, this is the food vacuole, and this is the food particle. Okay, so you must have to draw this figure in your notebook also. So let's study the nutrition in amoeba. Okay, so here not in amoeba, in paramecium also. Okay, so the amoeba and the paramecium both are, we all know about it, they are the single cell organism. Okay, the amoeba and the paramecium, they both are the single cell organism. That means they both are made from single cell, and we like human beings are the multicellular organism. Yes, and here the amoeba take in food using the temporary, the finger like projection. Okay, the finger like projection or extension, that is called as a pseudopodia. What is called it as a pseudopodia? Okay, that means the false feet. Okay, so this is the pseudopodia, and the amoeba take its food using the temporary, this finger like extension, as well as we call it as a projection, that is the pseudopodia of the cell surface. Okay, which fuse over the food particle, forming a food vacuole. Okay, so after that the food particle, this is the food particle that enter inside the body of the amoeba, forming the food vacuole. Yes, now inside the food particle, okay, inside the food particle, the complex substance, here this is the food particle, and here the complex substance that break down into the simple one. Okay, the all complex substance that broken down into the simple one and which then diffuse into the cytoplasm. Okay, that diffuse into the cytoplasm. Okay, and the remaining undigested material, okay, the remaining part, that is the undigested material, that moved or thrown out from the body part of the amoeba. Okay, so the remaining undigested material is moved to the surface of cell and then after is thrown out. So this is the nutritional process in the amoeba. Clear? This is the very easy process, and if you listen this video one more time, so you can clear this nutrition very easily. Okay, now in paramecium also, the paramecium is also a unicellular animal. Okay, the paramecium is a unicellular organism and has a definite shell shape. It has a definite cell shape. Yes, and food is taken in at a specific spot. Yes, the food that is taken in at the specific spot, and then after the food is moves to this spot by the movement of cilia. Okay, the movement of cilia, and the cilia which cover the entire surface of the cell. You can see here the cilia which covers the entire surface of the cell. Clear? So this is about how the nutrition take place in the paramecium also. Okay, so here first of all I told you that amoeba is the single cellular, okay, and the paramecium is the multicellular organism, sorry, unicellular organism. Okay, single and uni, that is the same thing. Clear? Single and unicellular, that is the same thing. So students, this is about the how organisms obtain their nutrition, and in that we study the two examples, that are the amoeba and the paramecium. Clear? And from the next class we are going to learn or study about the nutrition in human being, and which is the most important topic related to the exam also. So you must have to watch the video, and after that I will attach the assignment. So first of all you have to watch the video and write down which thing you learn from this video. Okay, and then after I will send the assignment and you have to write down the question answers and submit it. Clear? So students, enjoy your day, keep learning. Jai Swaminarayan.